Hello and welcome to day 24 of our 30 days of yoga challenge. So we're moving through the chakras this week. We looked at the sacral chakra yesterday, so that was the second chakra. Today we're moving to the solar plexus chakra or the Manipura chakra. So this is your third chakra if you're thinking from the root up. This corresponds to the center of your being. So it's located approximately a couple of inches above the navel, above the belly button. This is your core self, your fire center, your seat of personal power. On a physical level, it's corresponding to your digestive organs, your upper intestines, pancreas, kidneys, all this sort of my biology, all these kind of things around here. So this is kind of what we're stimulating in our yoga practice for the Manipura. So this is the color associated with the Manipura is yellow. When you are when it's kind of balanced and open, you feel confident, you feel sure of yourself. It's all about that personal power, that confidence, that kind of idea. There's always loads of things connected, so this is just a kind of in a nutshell approach, introduction really to the chakras, and most importantly to feel how we're working with the energy centers in our physical practice. So we're going to have a look at a mudra called Matangi mudra. So this mudra in particular helps to promote inner harmony and balances the energies of the solar plexus. So we are clasping the hands together, pointing away the middle fingers, okay? So you think maybe you can see it like this. And you're just going to have this kind of resting at the level of the solar plexus, so maybe around the belly button, slightly above the belly button. Closing the eyes, letting the shoulders relax. And we're just going to breathe into the solar plexus. So you're going to feel that the breath is kind of moving into and out of the solar plexus. It's almost like you're charging up this particular area. So the Manipura in Sanskrit, solar plexus, or solar plexus chakra. So we're just going to take a few breaths, breathing in, exhaling. You might even want to feel that you're breathing a yellow energy into the solar plexus. So if you're good with colours and you can visualize colours, imagine drawing yellow, the yellow of the sun, into the solar plexus. Exhaling and letting that spread through the body. Again, breathing in, drawing the breath into the solar plexus. Colour yellow if you can visualize it. Exhale and sending that out through the rest of the body. One last time, breathing in. You might even just picture yellow around this area in your mind's eye. Exhale and releasing. Okay, and then releasing the hands, opening the eyes. And we're going to come sitting on the heels. So you can stay facing forwards. I'm going to come sideways on just so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. Just coming to seated fish, but from a sitting up position. If for any reason it's not comfortable to sit like this, you just come and sit on your bottom and have the knees bent in front of you. We're just going to take the hands behind us, so maybe towards, maybe away, fingers maybe towards the body, maybe away, and just pressing into the hands, lifting up through the chest. So we're opening up the front of the body, so we're opening up the area around the solar plexus. Gaze might be forwards, you might take the gaze up. And just taking a couple of breaths. So hold the head in a comfortable position. You can feel this into the tops of the arms as well, so not just through the core, but anything to strengthen or to stretch and to open the area around the solar plexus is going to help activate, open, balance this particular energy center. Okay, last time, breathing in. And then bringing yourself up to sitting up. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back, so natural or unnatural clasp, whichever you prefer, opening I'll come this way now actually. Opening the hands or lifting the hands away from the back. You might stay up, kind of just in this position, or you might want to fold forwards if it's available, and then open a little deeper through the shoulders. And just take a couple of breaths. Okay, and then coming up to sitting up. And then from here we're going to come into just a gentle twist. So we'll just take a couple of breaths on one side. So you can just take the hand onto the knee or back of the hand across. Just feel that release through the upper body in particular. So you might feel it from the belly. Just feel that release through the spine. And then we'll come slowly back to centre and then over to the other side. So it's just a gentle open twist. No restriction. You're still breathing as deeply or fully as you comfortably can. Okay, and then come back to centre. So we're going to come on to all fours. We'll just do a couple of cows just to release the back. Did I say cows or cat cows? Cat cows. I'm not sure what I say. Breathing in, gazes forwards. Breathing out. Oh, tucking under, opening across the shoulder blades. Draw the belly button towards the spine. So we're really thinking about activating the core. And then taking the gaze forward. Just one more time. Breathing in. Tucking under. And actually we're going to tuck the toes and lift up into downward facing dog. So just think about lifting up through the bottom and the hips, shoulders away from the ears. Take a couple of breaths. And then you're going to take the right leg out behind. And we're going to move forward. So we're going to move so that the shoulders now come over the wrists. So think about this movement. You're going to draw the knee in towards the chest as the shoulders come over the wrists. So right in the centre. Extend that leg out behind as you press back. Draw the knee in, but to the outside of the right elbow. So we're using the core. Extending that leg out behind. And then coming across the body to the left elbow. Again, the shoulders are just coming over the wrist, not beyond. And then out behind. Okay, taking that leg down. We're going to shift forwards into plank from here, so shoulders over the wrists. The knees can come down if you prefer. Hug those elbows in, lower down, untop the toes, move through into your cobra. So even cobra or upward facing dog, you're opening through the front of the body and kind of that space around the solar plexus. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Okay. Small movements but strong movements that are activating the core. Okay, exactly the same on the left side. So you're taking the leg out behind, left leg out behind, shoulders shifting over those wrists, drawing the knee in. Okay, extending out behind, bringing the shoulders over the wrists again, knee to the outside of the left elbow. Extending out behind, then coming across to the so behind the right elbow. So you definitely should feel something happening here. Extending the leg out behind, taking that leg down, moving forwards to your plank. Okay, hugging those elbows in, lowering down, move through into your cobra, and then let's just press back into child's pose. So bottom towards the heels, keep your arms outstretched, or you can have them by the side, so by the legs, or maybe even just the head on the hands. Okay, good. Let's just take a couple of breaths here. Okay, and then from here we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to lift ourselves back up into downward facing dog, Okay, take a nice breath here. You're going to bring the feet to the hands, so you can take a little spring if it's available, or step. Remember, the spring is just an option. Just take a moment or so here. You can roll forwards a little, roll back a little. And we're actually going to move through chair pose, Utkatasana. So the arms are going to swing forwards sitting into your chair pose. If you feel this pulling into the back with the arms extended, you just bring the hands to prayer at the heart center. Okay, lots going on in this pose, not just core, but there certainly is something going on around the core. So it is activating your solar plexus chakra. Okay, and then we're going to come up to standing, and we're going to step back. You're going to take 1 foot back and into your warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, so your arms can come up ahead. Sorry, I was trying to make sure I was in the frame. Bending into the front leg, arms possibly overhead, or you've got your hands to prayer at the heart center. Okay, so your choice. Hips are facing forward, shoulders facing forwards. If your arms are overhead, you've got a little bit more stretch through the front of the body, and you can feel that kind of opening here. Okay, let's take another breath here. And then we're going to take the hands down to prayer if they're not. Shift the weight onto that front foot. I'm going to move back a bit, or I'll be too close to the window. And then folding forward. So let's flex through that foot, the back foot. Keep trying to keep the hips level, and we're going to come down towards warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. So any balance is kind of using the core. So we're activating our core center. Take 1 more breath here, and then coming up to standing. Okay, only a couple of breaths is fine. We're gonna step back, warrior 2, or set up warrior 1. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Bending into that front leg. Your choice again, so hands in prayer at the heart center or overhead. You can feel the difference, you can feel that stretch a little bit more in warrior 1 with the arms up, shoulders are down, gaze up, gaze forward. Always a kind of what feels right in your body. Or soften those toes if you feel yourself gripping. It's a nice grounded posture as well. Okay, we're going to take the hands down through prayer at the heart center. Shift the weight forwards into that front foot. Again, I'm just going to come back a little bit. And then flex through the heel of the back leg and come slowly forwards. I feel so much more comfortable on this side. So I don't know if you're going to notice one side feels more comfortable than the other, or easier or stronger. It's just an observation, there's no judgment, it's just an observation of what's going on in your body. That's why our yoga practice is so lovely. It just shows you, doesn't it, what sides are stronger, where you're more open. Okay, just kind of tuning in, coming back up to standing. Okay, good, and then we'll just come to face front. Let's just come down, we can just come down to sitting. We're going to have a look at Purvottanasana. It's like a reclining plank, I think you call it, another name for it. We've already had a look at seated fish, so we did that at the beginning. So we're going to come straight up into potentially reverse tabletop. So you've got little options within the pose. So your hands are behind you. Your seated fish will be like this. So if this is enough, you're going to stay here. If you know you're going to come a little further, you're going to lift up through the bottom and the hips into reverse tabletop. So this is reverse tabletop. Your bottom might be a little bit closer to the ground. You're just kind of lifting up to where you can. I don't even know if I look that straight. Gaze might be up. It might be forward. You're just thinking about the neck and a kind of a comfortable hold. Okay, lovely stretch through the upper arms as well. And then coming down, just got to be mindful of the neck. I do find in this one, I've got to kind of keep in a comfortable position. It really just depends on how you're feeling. We'll extend the legs out. You'll probably feel this a little bit more into the core. You can stay with your seated fish. You can come into a reverse tabletop, or you can have the hands behind, and then you're lifting up. So working towards a straight line in the body. Again, you might sort of hover a little. You might be able to come up a little more. Gaze maybe just up. Maybe you need to take the gaze forwards. You're pressing into those hands to get that lift. You should feel that work around the core here. It only has to be a subtle feeling. It doesn't have to be like crazy abdominal exercises. Okay, and then the bottom comes down. We're just gonna, just for balance, we're gonna come forward into a gentle Paschimottanasana. So a bend through the knees, just let yourself kind of roll over the legs, chin towards the chest, and take a couple of breaths. Okay, and then coming slowly up to sitting up. So remember, these kind of shorter sequences, or our look at the chakras this week, are really kind of an introduction to it. And remember how did the root chakra focus feel in your body, grounded? How did your sacral chakra practice feel in your body, kind of a little open through the hips, a little bit more focus there? And then today, working with the Manipura, a little bit more of connecting with that, the center of your being. So just little introductions. Remember, you can read the articles that I've written about the chakras on my website if you want to take it to the next level and think about it a little bit more. But I hope you're enjoying a little bit of an introduction to this really, really interesting, fascinating part of our yoga practice. Again, we'll just bring our hands together into, so Anjali Mudra, actually this is a mudra in itself, as well as our position for Namaste. Just take a couple of breaths, let the shoulders relax. You can be really proud of yourself. Day 24 already, doing amazingly well. I hope you're really enjoying connecting with you, really, connecting with yourself, looking after yourself. Okay, and then just open the eyes, just bring the thumbs to the brow center, to the lips, to the heart center. Namaste. And then I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.